What's up guys, welcome back to Footballrs. My name's Tony and you can follow me down below at Lineman Football. Today's video, we're gonna be reviewing the Under Armour Combat 5 Lineman gloves. Now, before we start today's video, guys, if you wanna pick these up for yourself, they will be linked in the description down below. Thank you to Eastbay for sending us our pair. And guys, if you do pick them up, Eastbay gives us a little bit of a kickback through that affiliate link. So thank you. Now, the reason I picked these up is I had the Combat 4s and they're probably the worst glove I've ever reviewed. They were just terrible. And then so someone commented on one of my previous videos, as long as I have my Under Armour Combat 5s, I'll be fine, right? And I was like, oh, they have a new one, like they changed something. And I looked at them and I was like, these look worse. Like, why are they doing this? And they looked really funky. But then I started looking at them and I was like, okay, I gotta get my hands on these because they might be onto something or they're getting towards something that is really cool and they're not there yet. Either way, let's talk about all of it. Okay, now the first thing we want to talk about these gloves is the fit and comfort. Now, these fit really well. And the number one reason is going to be there's nothing on the back of your hand that's restricting. So they went with kind of like a thinner pad all the way across the back where it just feels uniform and consistent. It does feel like an overall thick glove that you're wearing, but overall it feels really nice. They do have a really long, luxurious neoprene cuff on here that I wish some other gloves would use. So they nailed the cuff on here. The fingers fit me really well. There's no extra room. There's not a lot of bubbling going on here. They just, honestly, from a fit and comfort perspective, they actually nailed it. Like these are fantastic. Now, are they at the same level as the Adidas Freak Max? Maybe not, and the only reason would be that they didn't add any perforations to help your fingers move a little bit easier. So that would be a really simple change to kind of bump these up a little. Okay, next thing we want to talk about is going to be the protection of these gloves. Now, these gloves are kind of interesting where I do get what they were going for, because the places you want a lot of padding are generally going to be the fingers and your palms, right? Your palms take a lot of action, your fingers take a lot of action. Now, a lot of gloves put a ton of padding on the back of your hand, and I've just never had, me personally, like that big hit on the back of my hand where you need that lot of padding. So I actually think they might be onto something here where they put really nice thick padding on the fingers where I think you're gonna need it. They added a nice big thick palm pad and they added a layer of foam to the back of the hand to add a little bit of protection, but it's not like overboard. And yeah, overall protection wise, I think you're actually be pretty good with these. Now, as far as the grip goes, these are gonna be my new second favorite grip on the market. And that is gonna be because they switched to a friction grip. Now there's a couple reasons we like a friction grip. Number one is gonna be, it's the only grip that actually works for grabbing jerseys. Receiver style grip doesn't work for grabbing jerseys as well as this rubberized friction grip does. So it's really good for linemen for that. The other thing that's good about is it's good in wet conditions. So if you are a center, you like a receiver glove for dry conditions, a friction grip is really good to have for wet and snowy conditions as well. The only other glove on the market with a friction grip is going to be the Nike D-Tac 6, the by far one of the best lineman gloves ever created. So this is on that kind of same level. It's a friction rubberized grip, which is fantastic to wear. I really enjoy it. Now the only reason it's not on the same level is because this padding here, it's kind of like this material that they have used to have in the combats. It's not very good for gripping. I wish they would have integrated it into the palm like the Nike D-Tac does. So it's good, but it's just a little bit off. Overall, friction grip is a fantastic thing to have on your gloves, like by far. Now the next thing I want to talk about here is going to be the durability of these gloves. And I don't really see any main issues with these gloves. A lot of time gloves will actually have like a double stitch seam that runs along this finger and kind of goes down the thumb, but they actually put that seam on the inside. So that should help. Everything is sewn in, everything's embroidered. This little combat is screen printed, but that's not something you'd really worry about. So from a durability perspective, there's nothing that I would worry about these breaking down on you. Now let's talk breathability. My hands are hot, but they're not crazy hot. They did nothing for breathability. Don't kid yourself, everything is woven and sewn in, and this is kind of a mesh material on the side of the fingers, but it's a solid piece. So your hands are gonna get very warm in these. My hands are already very warm. And it comes with the lineman territory, but I would like to see some more breathability options added in the future to try and help this and just make it a little better. Just make it a little easier on the lineman, please. The last thing we need to talk about with these, which might actually be like everything I've said so far, if you didn't actually see the gloves and you just heard me talking, you'd be like, these are the best gloves on the market right now. I'm gonna grab these gloves. But now we need to look at the style, and they're just very whack.
It's hair, whack. It's gear, whack. It's jewelry, whack. Me, I'm tight.
They're whack for a lot of reasons. Number one is the fingers are all one woven material, and the back of the hand is completely different in every single way. We have this combat here, which is a shiny material. It's the only shiny grippy material on the glove, so it doesn't work well with anything else. Now this material on here is the same material as on here, which doesn't make sense because this isn't grippy, so why'd you want non-grippy on here? So overall, when you look at these gloves, you think, damn, they are ugly. They are just an ugly looking football glove that don't make a lot of sense, and they only come in this color. It's not like they have a white option, like, you know, at least some Lineman gloves have a white and a black now. This is the only option. This is what you're gonna get. So if you can put up with them looking like this, they're actually a really good option. As far as price goes too, Nike D-Tac 6, they're 65 bucks. These are 55. So you do save, but you don't get any of the other colors or any of the other stuff in those. Now, as far as positions go, you can actually wear these at any position, O-line or D-line. If you're a center that needs a lot of ball feel, you don't have the biggest hands, might have this a little bit in the way, but if you have large hands, I don't see that being a really big issue for you. I think these would actually work at any lineman position across the board. I think they are fantastic. I just think I wish I saw something else on my hands beside these that felt and performed exactly like these do. There you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's review on the Under Armour Combat Lineman gloves. If you did like today's video, don't forget to go ahead, hit that like button down below, and that lets us know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. Subscribe as we put out 3 product reviews leading up to the season every single week. Guys, I'll check you next time.